Hello everyone and welcome to the Appman National Conference 2025. This year's theme, Streamlining Operations in Pharmaceutical Product and Distribution, highlights our shared goals in making sure pharmaceutical supply chains are more effective, reliable and innovative. Thank you for joining us. We look forward to having an impactful and engaging event. Thank you.
Happy day once again. It's a pleasure to join the Association of Pharmaceutical Product Marketers of Nigeria at the annual national conference. I'm happy to be here. What qualifies me to be here? I am a chartered accountant, I am a tax expert, I am a corporate advisor of over 30 years. Now, what are we talking about today? It's going to be an interactive session in which is going to be beneficial to the whole Association of Pharmaceutical Product Marketers of Nigeria. The topic is management, accounting, financial analysis, budgeting, and tax compliance in Nigeria. It is in modules, module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4, module 5. But before we delve into that, this topic is for most of us here are business owners. We make decisions. We are entrepreneurs. We are managers. We are analysts. And the learning objective of this topic is we want to understand financial and management accounting. We want to analyze financial statements. We want to apply costing and budgeting techniques. We want to ensure tax compliance like company income tax, withholding tax, pay as well. We want to apply leverage technology for finance and tax management, and we want to stay updated with recent changes in Nigerian tax law. This last one will attract us because it's a germane topic in Nigeria currently. For over 19 years, the tax law has not been changed. But the President, the National Assembly, has approved a new tax law which is going to be effective in January 2026. I've mentioned about module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4, module 5. What are these modules? Before we go to this module, I want us to realize something. Let's talk about corporate governance, registration of business name. For example, my name is Timothy Eribeli. If I open a shop today and I say Timothy Eribeli, without registering that business with government, it will remain a normal business. But there are a lot of advantages that I will meet. But there is a body in Nigeria that is embedded with that responsibility to register company, and that body is called Corporate Affairs Commission. Corporate Affairs Commission will register 3 companies, 3 lines of companies. 1, a business name, an enterprise or a venture. 2, a limited company, and 3, incorporated trustee. If you want to start your registration on a lower scale, start with a business name, a venture, or an enterprise. They are the same thing because the requirement of the law is lower. The higher one is a limited company, which the requirement of the law is higher. And the incorporated trustee is for association, foundation, mosque, churches, communities. What we want to know about this corporate registration is that what are the requirements of the law? We have mentioned 3 times. Let's start from the business name, venture, enterprise. What does the law require from the business name? If a business name is registered with Corporate Affairs Commission, you can be doing your account. You can be preparing your financial statement. The only thing the law requires from you is you must be complying with your value-added tax. This value-added tax, as we are going on, we are going to talk more about it because pharmaceutical is not taxable. It's not taxable. But compliance must come in. That is to say, if you register as a business name, you are not going to be taxable either annually or whatever, but you must be complying with your value-added tax for If you register a limited company, the responsibility of the law has increased from annual data to annual return. That is to say, pharmaceutical is not taxable, but you must comply. You can make a sales, you can make a turnover, you can make a revenue of trillions or any amount, declare it and tell us that it is not taxable. There are codes they use 0, 1, 2. If fatable, if it is not fatable, 5%, 2, another one. If whatever turnover, whatever revenue you generate, declare it every month. And the law of family tax is saying that immediately a month ends, 21 days gap is given. Come and render your return. Since you are not going to pay family tax, but you must render your return. If you say we are not paying our tax, and you don't render that return, that means you are not lying. Aside from family tax on limited company that we have, every year, remember, we are said earlier on that businessmen, financial enterprise, you can do your annual statement. It's not required by law. But a limited company is a must. You must file it with Federal Inland Revenue. That is where tax comes in. Because in your financial statement, you will declare a profit or a loss. So there you will now pay a tax. Though pharmaceutical is not taxable. Let's go ahead. Incorporated trustee, our foundation, association, trustee, mosque, community, and so on and so forth. So that is corporate governance, registration of business with regulatory authority, and the only authority that is invested with that option is Corporate Affairs Commission. Earlier on, we have talked about Code 1. Code 1 is financial management and business accounting fundamentals. There is difference between financial and management accounting. They have different purposes. And we need to understand basic accounting principles and tasks. What is financial management? Like we said when we started that almost all of us are business owners, analysts, entrepreneurs, and co. When you open a business, you must be able to manage your financial ability. Your buying of goods, your selling of goods, your complying with law. You now want to ask yourself, am I making profit or am I making losses? There are a lot of accounting concepts which we can call accounting for non-accountants. Majority of my organs at this high table are pharmacists. So when you are now talking of assets, is equal to liability plus equity. It will now look like, what is it talking about? Of course, it's an accounting jargon. And that is why we now call it accounting for non-accountants. We talk of revenue recognition, we talk of expense matching principles, we talk of cash and accrual accounting. These are the jargons we accountants use. We are still on model 2. And we are talking of accounting, tax. We talk of income statement. Inside income statement, we have revenue, we have cost of goods sold, we have gross profit, we have operating expenses, we have net profit. And in the accounting also, we are talking about balance sheet. Although it was before we call it balance sheet, we have sent the name now to statement of financial position. But either a balance sheet or a statement of financial position, they are about the same thing. Balance sheet include assets, whether a current or a non-current. Balance sheet include liabilities, whether current or non-current. Also, our financial statement include cash flow statement. Cash flow will tell us what are the flow of income and outflow of income that have entered the business for a certain period of time. Under accounting also, we have to talk about bookkeeping and record to federal inland revenue, they will ask you all these components of financial statement. Give us where you record keep it. And the new tax law taking effect from January 2026 has mandated every business owner to start keeping their record, to start keeping all their activity. Inflow, what do you sell? Outflow, what are the expenses you keep? You say you buy this so much, yes. You say you, cost of sales, you buy the material you sell from somewhere. Where are the records? The turnover, the revenue you generate, how much you pay your staff, how much you pay for diesel, for petrol, and so on and so forth. It's an important aspect of bookkeeping and record keeping in accounting. We are not going to Module 2. Remember, Module 1 we have talked about accounting. Under this Module 2, we are going to talk about management accounting for decision making. We always refer to the people at this August occasion in September that we are entrepreneurs, we are decision makers, and as a result, we need to have the knowledge of management accounting to be able to know cost behaviors. Don't forget the fact that by the time you buy goods, pharmaceutical goods from the pharmaceutical company, 1,000 naira. By the time you are selling it, 1,200 naira. Your profit thereon is 200 naira. But by the time you buy it at 1,000 naira, at the end of the day you see that you are selling at 800 naira, you know that something is wrong. That is the behavior of cost profit analysis. Then, in the cost classification of behaviors, fixed costs, there are mixed costs, there are direct costs, there are indirect costs. What is a fixed cost? Whether you open your shop in a year or not, you will pay your landlord. It's a fixed cost. But the variable costs are the costs that vary. By the time you open your shop, whatever you sell, whatever goods you buy, as it varies. Whatever you disown, whatever you do, it varies with whatever in your shop. That is very. Let us move ahead. All these dimensions on management accounting for decision making will be useful for us for purposes and benefits of budgeting. It will be useful for us because, for example, we want to open a pharmaceutical shop and we budget 1 million naira. We should be able to say this 1 million. I will not use the entire 1 million to buy goods because I will pay staff, I will pay diesel, I will pay for solar, I will pay for NEPA, and so on and so forth. So we need to mix all this money together. That is why decision making with accounting is very, very important. Okay, let's take 500,000 to pharmaceutical company. Buy goods for 500,000. You know we see 500,000. So yeah, let's pay for office rent. Then people that are working with us, let's pay them. There must be life. We must provide a fund and food. So those decision making are very, very important and in performance management. We are now on Module 3. This Module 3, we will summarize it. Because this is an area that is very hot in Nigeria now. Taxation fundamentals in Nigeria. Number one, we need to identify the key taxes that are applicable. We have earlier mentioned that it's like business name registration. The only tax that is payable by you is value-added tax. And it's not payable, but you must comply by registering it every month. Now, let me say this at this junction, that if you register a business name, the tax required by you as the owner, assuming I have Timothy Erikemi Pharmaceutical, assuming I go to the state internal revenue and I get my personal income tax, that tax is the tax of Timothy Erikemi Pharmaceutical because it is registered as a business owner. That is to say, Timothy Erikemi Pharmaceutical will not have a different tax from the owner as a business owner, as an enterprise, as a venture. I don't know whether we understand, because this area is always technical. Once you register your business as a venture, as an enterprise, the task of clearance of yourself is the tax clearance of that business name. No any other tax clearance. Do we get that? Now, the second one that we have earlier mentioned is a limited company. This is where we are getting higher. Timothy Emi Limited, as much as earlier said, filing compliance of annual tax every month before the 21st of the following month, at the end of the year, there must be a financial statement. That Timothy Emi Limited is different from Timothy Emi Gogogogo. As a result, that Timothy Emi Limited will have his own tax clearance, while Timothy Emi Gogogogo himself will have his own tax. You can see those differences in business name and limited. While the third one, the corporate trustee, is not taxable, but must comply every month on VAT and every year on annual return. That's that. Here, our main objective is we have identified the key taxes applicable to business in Nigeria: business name, tax of the owner, tax of business, the limited company has different tax of the owner, tax of the business, understanding basic principles and compliance requirements for CIT. We have talked about limited companies. You want to do your CIT is coming in contact. You must prepare a financial audited report. When you prepare it, you self-assess yourself. Are you paying tax? Are you not paying tax? This is what we use for company income tax. We have talked repeatedly of annual tax, that the law of annual tax is saying that once a month ends, you are to file a return of annual tax before the 21-day following month. Now, we are today is 26. Immediately September ends, the final letter gives you room till 21 of October to file that return. Then we are talking of withholding tax. This withholding tax is a technical error because it's payable on contract. If you on rent, once you pay your landlord rent, withholding tax is applicable on it. Once you give contract out, it's applicable on it. Now another payee. What is payee? Before we go to payee, I want us to understand two things. In identifying the two taxes payable, there are two types of taxes for every company. Whether you are a business name or you are a limited company. The first one is direct assessment, and the second one is payee. What is direct assessment? What is payee? Full meaning of payee is pay as well. I am a staff of Association of Pharmaceutical Product Marketers, and I receive salary from them every month. The law now says from the salary they are paying me, they should be removing a portion payable as you earn every month and be payable to that state government. That's pay as well. Then the second one is the owner of Association of Pharmaceutical Product Marketer will not pay a pay as well. You know they don't receive salary, they are the owner. They don't pay payee, but what they pay is direct assessment. Payee is every month. Direct assessment is once a year. And this type of taxes is payable to the state, not federal government. Withholding tax, if a business name is payable to the state, withholding tax, if to a limited company, is payable to federal revenue. Payee is to the state. If you belong to the state, payee here, pay direct assessment here. Lagos, pay your payee there, pay your direct assessment. The deadline for tax filing and payment, we have talked about that one repeatedly. Final letter 21 after the following month, withholding tax 21 days after the following month. Payee, immediately you pay me at the end of the month. Before 21 days, you should pay my payee to 6 internal revenue. You see Lagos, you see Zamfara, you see, so it's a state. That's the deadline for public. And the direct assessment must be paid before April of each. Let's be fine. I hope we we are following all these technical jargon about taxes, or because it's current one now. Appman, what we actually need is not all this bill. You know, we have income tax and other taxes. There are challenges that some of them have maybe my time ask a question. They don't know what to ask you. Just get it out. Well, if there are some area of maybe they can ask questions there, I'll be explaining on what the question directed. If they ask questions, the president has directed that I should allow members to ask questions then. Based on that, their question then, we can draw that line. Not the training as if we are going to do that.
Progress, Appman. My question is on that direct assessment. This is where most of us directly fall in. Now, when you want to do direct assessment, they ask you to submit all your accounts. How do they know what is actually your assessment? When money is coming from POS to your direct account, now they will say all the place where your BVN is linked, you should bring the account number, two of us. So when you bring it, money is flowing through a money point, flowing through access pipeline, and it's coming remitting to your main account. How will they now solve all this money? My logic is no. Whatever here, and there. And all of them rolling in your account is maybe a year is showing like 500 million in your account. How will they now assess you, knowing that most of this money rolling in your account are not your money, and the losses and everything you are incurring, expired drugs. Now, if you must return expired drugs without that, 1 carton, 200 carton is 200,000. Your drugs have expired, you have lost money, you will still pay 200,000 to return it without that. All these expenditures, money borrowed, money flowing from here and there, the same money. Now, when they check your account, it's only like 500 million in a year, and now they want to tax you based on this volume of turnover. How do they now dissect all these things, remove and know what you actually pay? Some of the people that have over 500 million run through the account in a year may not even have money. They are not even entitled to pay more than 100,000 per year. So how do you assess this? So that one will not be paying here and paying here, and local government will still come and say paying this silage permit, sanitary permit, this and that. You pay all those things finish. You pay your registration in a year, and once still come and say that you do direct assessment for you. How can you help us to understand so that one will not be chopping off dry? Thank you.
What is an applicable current question? We have come now to where we are talking about record keeping. It happens to many of our clients. Once you can get your BVN, they get all your accounts, and they talk about turnover. It is now your duty to be able to show them, see how much loan I get, see how much expired drugs I have. But based on the state around the southwest, what we observe is this. The state internal revenue has gotten a standard. I am a professional. I cannot pay less than 150,000. You are a pharmacy. You cannot pay more than 200,000. So whatever you convince them, that minimum they have set for you, you cannot dodge it. A plumber should not pay less than 30,000. Even if the plumber has no bank statement, he has to pay that amount. Pharmacy, your own is 200,000. Professional, as a consultant, 150,000. But when it comes to that level you have talked about, you must be able to show them, I get a loan. Show us evidence. Okay, that money from the POS is another business. I don't get all the profit. Whatever, up to for you to take 5,000, you know that I will be expanded. Okay, from all these my products, all the products, I have one that I return to NAFDAC. Despite the fact that it's already expired, you must get a record keeping and show them. But remember, you cannot pay less than the minimum as assigned on each state government. That one of Ogun is different. Lagos is different. Kwara is different. For example, a development levy in the state is 100 naira per year. In Ondo state is 200 naira. So you need to work according to what your state is doing. For record keeping, you help you. Of course, whatever money that enters your account, any above 5 million naira, it will be declared to the EFCC and to the FRA. Below, you might not see it. But anything 5 million naira and above, it is now your duty to tell them, I take you where is the evidence. Once you show them the evidence, I return goods to NAFDAC when I pay so much. The value of the good is so much. With record keeping, good record keeping, you will be able to cover them. Remember, you cannot keep a record to 0,000. Your record keeping has to be fit what the tax authority in your state has fixed. Like me now, if I like, make I come say I don't make profit. If I like, say I don't see job do. That my 150 must be paid unless I pay higher.
Thank you so much for the answers given. Do you want to tell us that every state has benchmark for direct assessment? Thank you.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. I learned that the time is up, but I am very sure we have cleared one of the things for what we are discussing. But I will advise most of our entrepreneurs to integrate accounting and taxation with technology. Very, very important. And we should be aware of the current tax situation in Nigeria. By January 1, 2026, now presently, if your turnover is less than 25 million, you are not taxable. But by January 2026, it has been moved to 50 million. And there are a lot of changes that are coming. So from time to time, this training will be conducted so that we can be able to know compliance to tax law. Thank you very much for the organizer. We appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. Please, a round of applause. This country is a confused system, and there is multiple taxation, and it doesn't make sense because government cannot be desperate to raise money at the detriment of the business, and by so doing, killing the business at the end of the day. The arbitrariness, the fixation of the minimum paid by all states is actually the rate limiting factor in killing businesses in several states. And again, as I used to tell them, it has not assisted any government in any state to actually raise more money. If the taxation is affordable, a lot of people will pay. And that will reduce corruption in the system. But the moment you now said your minimum is 250,000, and even the owner of the business has not eaten 25,000 from that same business, it's either he's dodging you as the taxman, or he even packaged the business and stopped doing the business. So we hope that with time they can see through their own tomfoolery and change the way it works. As our dad said, if you show them the record, they're not bothered. Show them record from now till tomorrow. I'll send this, I'll incur this debt, they will listen to you. And I used to ask them, if to raise money or you want to kill business, my prayer is that God will rescue all of you from the tax men. So now we move on. I'll call just two people for the representative of the SUPA National Chairman will give us a goodwill message if he's ready.
been doing a very good job. What was that? I'm recognizing the existing protocol been established. I actually bring good tidings from the national chairman. I'm not talking politically now. He actually want to be here, but on Monday he actually gave me a call that he has a chieftaincy that was being awarded to him tomorrow. That's in Anambra State. That's pharmacist Ambrose AC. So really want to be here. That's why I'm representing. I'm the chairman for the state ACPN. I like the topic we'll be talking about at the panel. I think I was here yesterday and I personally have enjoyed what Appman is representing and what they are doing. I want us to please appraise the national chairman. I'm not just saying this to blow his ego. I think he might not remember, January I have to call him for a particular pharmacist that complained about a premise to me. And we just spoke, and that was the first time I was talking to him on phone. And within 5 minutes, the issue was being resolved. And I look at what collaboration could do. Within 5 minutes, the second day, the guy called me that he has been paid. And I think when I look at the topic we'll be talking to this afternoon too, I think it's something we have to keep building on. And I think his personality is changing a lot of things in the pharma ecosystem. Please, let's appreciate him all again. So the chairman didn't give me any presentation to give, but I'm here to represent him to just say I think the collaboration is needed at this time. When you look at the reports and the figures, I don't see why we have to fight ourselves. It's like a marriage. You say you don't like the family of your spouse. That marriage cannot last. On the board of probably the CEOs of the members of Appman, there will be a pharmacy director. And by law, he said you have to have super pharmacists. So why do we have to fight? It's like a marriage that must exist. So I think we'll probably do justice to the topic this afternoon. And I just want to tell us the national chairman is ready to work with Appman. And I think it's a welcome development. Thank you.
A round of applause for him. We just beg him so that he doesn't add additional tax to our body. Thank you very much, sir. I'll call on Senate Bank. Are you here? Please quickly, you have 2 minutes to talk to our people what you want to offer them. The banks are actually another necessary evil in this business. And God will give us victory over them.
Thank you so much, sir. The chairman, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Standing on the existing protocol. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure once again to be here. Yes, sir. We are happy and we are glad to be part of this conference. And as I said yesterday, our main aim is to provide support and to be a companion as we journey together as regards building your business, which is the reason and the essence of the bank is to make sure the business flourishes. And what the bank offers, I don't think I need to be talking to my daddies and mommies, like introducing bank to them. No, you know bank already. You know what banking is. But I'm telling you about Zenith Bank that I am representing here this afternoon. Is that if you are dealing with any other bank and what you are getting from that bank is 100% service, then I'm telling you Zenith Bank will double it. I am not making promises here, but I'm just telling you facts that exist. The thing we do is simplified as financial support. Financial support in terms of business, we're talking about loan, we talk about credit lines. Zenith Bank is right here to offer that to us. We talk about easy transaction. We talk about your collections, making it easy. We give you our POS, our mobile app to be one of the top functioning mobile apps, especially for corporate banking. which is expected of this kind of individuals we have in this association. Also, we offer loan, let me use that word and simplify it. We are an institution that is committed to grow. As we are looking at our own growth, we know we are not just growing if we don't have clients that are growing. So we are committed to giving you the best of banking experience. And I can assure you, we have some that can tell you what their experiences with Zenith Bank has been. And you that are not on board till now can still come on to enjoy the good life those that are on board are enjoying. Thank you so much and have a great time in Abeokuta. Thank you so much.
Yes, I love you for keeping to time. At this point, I will call on myself to give a brief head talk. And I'm very sure it is going to be very useful to all of you if it is part of the takeaway from this conference. And I'll stay within time. My name is Honorable Dr. Omotosho. I'm a medical doctor, a fellow of the West African College of Physicians. I'll be talking, my head talk will be centered on sudden death. Sudden death and the role of foolishness in sudden death. In Africa, there's a lot of things that are very wrong with us. They have done a lot of things to us. And up to now, we've not been able to find a solution because of cultural practices, because of ignorance, because of poverty. But the major problem is actually ignorance. That is why I christened it sudden death, the role of foolishness. Virtually everybody sitting in this conference hall would have had one time or the other that somebody close to you died suddenly. If stupidity and foolishness is reduced to the barest minimum in Africa, in Nigeria, in our lands, there is nothing that should kill anybody. If it is not gunshots, if it is not accidents, nothing should kill you suddenly. The advent of modern civilization has made survival. As a public health physician, I know that the advent of modern civilization has made survival easy. Even when you are ill, there is a solution. Even if it's cancer, because that's where some people go to, a cancer that is captured early diagnosis, prevention, and every other indices that are necessary for survival. If you take all these into cognizance, nobody should die suddenly. Severally, we say, it's left, they didn't wake up. There are some people driving, they die while they are driving. All those are avoidable. And it has nothing to do with age. You can be 22, you can die suddenly. You can be 59, you can die suddenly. You can be 55, you can die suddenly. But most of the time, due to foolishness. And I'll go from it that the Bible even told us that my people perish because they lack knowledge. That's in Psalm 4:6. And that verse went further to say that because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject you. That was God talking. Even God said, if you refuse knowledge, God himself will reject you. In Africa, we always say, God forbid. It is not my portion. That's part of the foolishness we are talking about. If God wants us to put everything on his shoulder, he will have painted us as dummies, as idiots. But he gives us discerning spirit, ability to actually think and make inferences. But at the end of the day, when it comes to medical issues, health, everybody is a doctor, including Mr. Fatai, who is a organizer on the road. He has an idea when it comes to health matters. Meanwhile, If this phone is faulty, the owner will not give it to me to repair. He will go and look for a technician certified. He will even be asking the technician, are you sure you know how to do it? Don't spoil my phone. At the end of the day, they will ask him to pay like 90,000 to change the screen. He will be very happy to pay. But when it comes to heads, if you just complain that to a neighbor, that my head is paining me, you never, okay, I know what is wrong with you. It has happened to me in the last 2 weeks. Come and take drugs. But I don't want to lose focus on this lecture because I want to cite several of our behavior that has led to study them. The first one is you service your car every month. You are very, very particular, very eager to service your car. You are the one telling your mechanic, please remind me when it is time. You are never broke to service your car. But come for a medical checkup. At least twice in a year, story will start. Even when you use total now, 45,000, you know how much this sold. You are driving a Jeep, you have to use 6 liters. Average servicing will cost you like 25,000 now to 30K. But when we ask men to come and do prostate, we ask the women to come and do the past men and pay some little amount of money you don't want to pay. Until that preventive maintenance that you would have put behind you early enough has now graduated to a point of no return. So while you are servicing your car, remember to also service yourself. Foolishness will not allow you to see a qualified doctor or pharmacist. But you are happy to see a quack under the bridge and prefer to drink all manners of concussion. If this alago is going, say, hey, alago, come. If only Kedi is going by the side, Kedi, please come. If Ratashi is going by this side, say, hey, please come. And you know what they do? When I was in school, my in-law operates a pharmacy. And I used to stay there. But there's one man always come, he used to come every 5 minutes to 10 because the pharmacy closes at 10. And we buy a lot of Viagra, a lot of tetracycline, a lot of Flagyl. Tomorrow he will come. Next tomorrow he will come. At a point, can I ask my in-law, why is this man coming? He's always the last customer and he's always buying these products. My in-law told me that the man is selling KD products and that he will have to match all those drugs with the leaves that he's selling. When you are taking KD herbs, you are taking Viagra, you don't know. You are taking tetracycline, you don't know. You are taking Flagyl, you don't know. That is why you get healed. But meanwhile, you are taking overdosage. You that have been, I'm going to mention the word, please forgive me. You've not been having erection for some few weeks. Then you now take a cup of this Kedi that has been laced with Viagra. You're supposed to take a Viagra, 1 tablet, and go and rest. Because it has adverse effects on your heart, especially when you have high blood pressure. But this man has bought Viagra, about 40 tablets. He has now grinded it with the leaves, and you will take it to drink. And that man came up, and he said, that man is very flexible. While you are doing it, you die suddenly in the hotel. That is what happens to people when you see them in the newspapers and they say that they have an orgy in the hotel and something happened to them. That's the fastest way to die based on foolishness. What do you have to do? If you have dysfunction, if you have colitis, almost at the time we have colitis where we say our low back pain is paining us. Sometimes it is the chair you are using in your office that is causing your low back pain. Sometimes it is your seat in your car. If you don't align it properly, you will have a permanent back pain. Sometimes it is your mattress that is already condemned that you're supposed to throw to the bin that is giving you all this. What do you need to do? Go to an expert and complain, and they will tell you what to do. Foolishness will also make you to believe that there is an old man somewhere that has solutions to congestive heart disease and diabetes. If you have diabetes, if you are not taking your glucophage and diabetes at the right time and down, you are going to die suddenly. This is not spiritual, it's not anything. Because that man that is giving you water with a concocted leaf, there is nothing there, it's not proven. He will be beating his chest that I know it, my parents handed it over to me, it's a lie. If you are ill, there is nothing wrong in having diabetes, having high blood pressure. Wake up in the morning, swallow your drugs, you will live very long. My mom died at 96, and she had diabetes for more than 50 years. She never had any complication because she followed what is supposed to be done. None of these ailments can kill us. Civilization has made it easy. So please don't die of foolishness. Foolishness will make you think that your enemy is the one attacking you for every ailment you don't understand. In Africa, the only thing we know that we are troublesome with is malaria. When it is going beyond malaria, you think it's a spiritual attack. It is not. There are a lot of diseases that are engraved with the gene that will happen at a particular age. If you don't understand it, go to the hospital. Don't tell your friend, don't let them mislead you. I saw a woman in the clinic one day, I gave her drugs, and I gave her another appointment for the next 1 week, and she came. The situation got worse, and I said, what happened to you? She was trying to, I said, you are not taking the drugs. She said, yes. When I go home, she showed the drug to Yashade, and Yashade said the drug is not good and I can kill. This is a drug given to you by certified medical practitioner in the hospital, and one lay woman at home is telling you that the drug will kill you. So, also, foolishness will make you believe that child delivery is affecting our mothers. Some of them will believe that child delivery is better done in the church. This is not correct. If you are delivered in the church, you survive, you are just very lucky. If you are going to die in that place, God will not rescue you. If you have placenta previa and you go to church, which are TDAs, you are going to bleed to death. This has nothing to do with faith. Why don't you take your phone to the church for healing? If your TV is burnt and your fan is not working, why don't you carry it to the church? If this bulb stop working now, why don't you take the bulb to the church? Why is it only on health matters that you not believe that you must bring God into it at all times? Your tire is deflated. Do you take it to the church? If the battery of this microphone stop working now, will I take it to the church? It has nothing to do with your belief. It is foolishness. If you are pregnant, you have 9 months to prepare for the birth, and you have no reason to go to church. The minimum you can do is very close health center, which will do the needful and make sure that you are not there, because complications can arise. When my second son was coming, the doctor is not available because they don't expect us to deliver our own children by ourselves, and left my wife with the nurses. But by the time the boy was coming, he was carrying the cord on the neck. That's a very specialized delivery. If you don't know how to do it, the child will choke, and it can kill the child and the mother. A woman also came to the hospital one day. We recommended CS. Let me tell you, my people, when doctors say that you are going to deliver by cesarean operation, it is not that you can still not deliver by yourself if we leave you to try. But we don't want to do trial and error. We know that if we do the CS, the baby will be fine, the mother will be fine. But if we give you to chance, we don't know if the baby will not be fine, the mother will not be fine, or both of you will not be fine. There are so many people that have rejected CS in the hospital and still deliver safely. Don't look at them, your own might not be like that. A woman came, recommended CS, and she did like this. It's not my portion. This is not my agreement with God. And left. We make you to sign discharge against medical advice. She did, and by 11 midnight, they brought the woman gasping, and she died in the vehicle. We have to still go and do the CS because we have to separate the baby from the mother before burial. That will never be our portion of our mothers, in Jesus' name. Foolishness will also make our mothers think that a child with malaria having convulsion is a spiritual child. There is nothing like that. The areas of the past, I don't know what you call it in your other dialects, ordinary paracetamol has chased them away. There is nobody that is going into seizure now. If a child is going to seizure as a baby, that means you don't know what you are doing. And malaria can kill a child within 3 days due to anemia. When a doctor says, put the baby on exclusive breastfeeding, foolishness will make you to go and be giving the baby water. You will use your own discretion to believe that the baby is thirsty. For our mothers here, please, if your baby is on exclusive, do exclusive for the duration that is recommended for you. Also, also a child having diarrhea. Some people will say that the child that having diarrhea is because of teething. As if the teeth are coming out. That's massive foolishness. What happens with diarrhea that coincides with teething is that the baby is crawling at that point in time. Everything he or she touches, he put it in his mouth. They have diarrhea. You leave your child and they will even tell you that you don't stop diarrhea of the baby that is growing teeth. That's another foolishness of our people. The baby will die in 8 minutes due to metabolic acidosis. If you leave the child like that, God will not allow to die in Jesus' name. When you don't believe that smoking and alcohol will kill you, that's another foolishness. You be saying I've been smoking for the past 20 years. You are still going to die because of that cigarette. So when you now die of either pleural mesothelioma, which is the cancer of the pleural cavity, you don't have to say that somebody is responsible. Instead of having few children that you can take care of, foolishness will make you to be doing it. Number one will come, you do it. Number two, you still do it. Number three, number four, number five. You are now still paying primary school, you believe you are okay. Let them enter secondary school. By the time you are looking for money, you don't sleep overnight, hypertension comes in, you will never know that you are the one killing yourself by having too much of children that you can take care of. When people come to me and ask for help, I say, doctor, please, my wife is in the hospital. She wants to deliver, they want to do CS. And they asked me to bring 700,000. I will ask him, how many children do you have? Doctor, we have 4 already. It's just number 5 that is coming. And I will tell him, I cannot help you. The reason is that me, I have 3. I cannot use the money for my 4th children to not create another child in your own house. Because when the child is successful, the child will stay with you, you will not know me. If I can afford 4, say, I will have had 4. Anybody that is doing more than what you have, don't assist them. That's not wickedness. If you have 3 children and somebody is having the 6th child, don't assist the person. We have a kind of mentality, entitlement in this part of the world. One day, another driver in government came to meet me that, doctor, please, I want to roof my house next week. I want you to assist me. I said, you want to roof your house, but I don't have land. I can't assist you. Let me gather the money I will use to assist you. Go and buy land. That is smartness. May foolishness not kill us in Jesus' name. You have a gas cylinder. Instead of putting it behind your house and secure it, you are much more bothered about people stealing it. You now put the same gas cylinder inside the kitchen. A lot of our mothers are doing it. If you have done it, please go back to your house. Go and see how you are going to take that gas cylinder out of that place into an open place where the air can blow it. Because it's a bomb that is waiting to happen. As it has happened to several people. You bought a car to Kubo that they made in 2002, 23 years ago. And you are telling your friend, very neat. Now that car is very neat with Tokubo tires. And you are coming to Appman convention. And you are speeding. You saw the speedometer. You speed to 80. From here to 90. You cross to 110. This car is very smooth. You press to 120. You now go to 130. They are waiting for you in heaven. Because that tire will burst. Nobody is responsible for that death. And you might not even enter heaven. That will be a double loss. Another thing that our people are doing based on foolishness. You park your car at home because fuel is expensive. You will not take a public transport. This is without privilege to those who came from very far that you have to take flight. It doesn't affect you. But we do it in our respective areas. Or you not take a bike. One man who was coming to a meeting in one town, the car was not doing overheating, and he parked the car and he took a bike. In the next 15 minutes after, I caught his leg and the ankle because there was an accident between the Okada and the trailer, and that severed the leg at the ankle level, leaving a strand of flesh that cannot survive the leg. So many people have seen, they will buy the car at home, they take public transport, but they will use that same car to go and carry their box. God will not allow that to happen to us. My people, we are not poor. Appman people, we are not poor. Let us spend our money. The idea is because of children, because of child. If a child is born today and both parents die now, that does not stop the child from becoming the president of this country. Let us do the needful for our kids and our family. Let us also take care of ourselves. Buy new tires for your car and make sure that you are not penny wise and pound foolish. When you are walking on the road, you will be angry with the driver that is he blind? Can't he see me? That is foolishness, because one day, one drunk and just kill the person by the roadside. Because of time, I have this inside the program, it's on page 34. So you can also look at it. Some people using iPhone, they say you have to repair the screen with 250,000, 300K. And you still do it, you don't want to pay doctors 10,000. When you go to the pharmacy, they said, original branded amlodipine is so thousand. You are angry that you are not affording. Lastly, which is part of our culture and is based on foolishness. Everybody that wants to do something, you must buy clothes. Ashwebi has killed so many people, but they never knew that that's what killed them. Because Ashwebi will throw you into debt. Your friend brother is doing wedding, you buy Ashwebi, you have not finished paying that one. Another person at work. At a point, you are now having like 12 Ashwebi at the same time. And they will give you and ask you to pay later. Meanwhile, by the time you will not have to pay, it is a serious problem. Because the income that you have accumulated is not sufficient for you to pay for the Ashwebi, and hypertension comes in. quarrel causing between two friends, and at the end of the day, a lot of them will not have the peace that they have enjoyed before. One more thing I want to say is that for those of you who send your children to school, to secondary school, at the age of 9, 8.5, and you are deceiving yourself, it's very brilliant. My child is excellent. You are not planning for your future. Because if care is not taken, that child will be lost to the society. And I'll tell you how. There is a minimum time you must spend with the children for bonding. We don't do it. We turn them to emergency adults by sending them to secondary school at 9. And they see the parents as very wicked because they must survive in boarding school. If possible, don't send your children to boarding school. If possible, let them grow along with you, especially GSS 1 to GSS 3, if possible. There are some people that it is not possible, but it is convenient for you, take them out of that secondary school because they are being trained by strangers. And out of that 6 years, when they come home first time, second time, third time, the time we are spending with them is so small. We don't even know them. When they finish, they go to the universities, and during our old age, we expect our children to pick our call when we call them once. They will not pick it. May that not be our portion in Jesus' name. Thank you very much. We'll move on for it. So at this point, I'll call on GS1. So please give us a presentation. Thank you. A round of applause for pharmacies.
Thank you very much. How is it, Chancellor? Okay, let me start. So I want to thank the President and the Executive of Appman for allowing GS1 to come and speak again. We were here at this same conference in Abuja, that was in 2003, and we spoke about GS1 and GS1 standards and the application of GS1 standards to pharmaceutical business in Nigeria and supply chain. So there have been a lot of comments that have taken place since the last time we spoke to Appman. First of all, a regulation around traceability, pharmaceutical traceability has come out. It came out in December last year. So when that regulation came out, we met with the Appman executive, and we decided to organize what we call webinars, so that all of you can join from wherever you are. I think we have one. But what we noticed was that some of you were not able to join. And of course, we know that we have to come for this conference again. And we still have to now organize more webinars. Now, since 2023, a regulation has come out by NAFTA on what we call physical traceability. And in January last year, NAFTA mandated that anybody who is manufacturing, importing, distributing, or selling controlled substances must do traceability. And for them to do traceability, the first thing they need to do is to come to GS1 and get identification numbers for their products. They need to get identification numbers for their premises, for their shops, for their offices, for their warehouses. We call this GLN and GTICs. So if you're a manufacturer and importer and you are selling narcotic and controlled substances, please reach out to us at GS1. The Appman executive has all our contact details so that you can get a global trade item number if you own a brand. If you are, for instance, maybe you are an importer and you import and you bring in products, that means that your contract manufacturer who is outside Nigeria we need to start the process of traceability for you. So this is actually what has been happening for narcotic and controlled substances since January 2024. So when we speak about narcotic substances, we're talking about products like tramadol. We're talking about some cough syrups. We're talking about all kinds of things, pentacocin, all kinds of products that are like that. So it's very important that if you're an importer, any product that's a controlled substance is now mandated for traceability. Please reach out to GS1, we'll advise you on what you need to do. Please reach out to NAFDAC in your state. They will advise you on what you need to do to make sure that you are compliant with the mandatory traceability pilot. So, one thing that the two things that are necessary are that first of all, you must have what we call a global trade item number if you're a brand owner. And along with the global trade item number, it will be expected that you will put traceability information on your product packs. And traceability on your product pack will consist of the following. Continue. This is what it looks like. Sorry, this screen is, I don't know if you can see very well. It will consist of what we call there's a barcode that we call a 2D data matrix. I mentioned matter tracking. This barcode have dots inside them. And besides, and included in these barcodes will be the global trade item number, which is the product identifier for a product, the expiry date, the lot number, and a serial number, which you need within a batch. This is normally done for you by your contract manufacturer abroad in liaison with the solution provider that was selected by NAFTA, PLC. So if, for instance, you are such an organization, please reach out to us or reach out to Appman for our contact details. We'll provide you with guidance or preferably reach out to NAFTA. So, well, the slides are now, so let's quickly go through them. Thank you very much. All right, so next slide, please. So we're speaking about collaboration with respect to consumer traceability. Now, what you see is that it involves everybody in the supply chain. So traceability is that as products are moving from one place to another, you are creating information about what is happening to those products as they are moving from one place to another. That's what traceability is. Normally, at the very beginning, the manufacturer is supposed to create what we call an event and share this traceability event with NAFDAC's traceability information system. And this is what will tell anybody in the supply chain if they scan the product at all using any traceability application. They'll be able to see where the product came from, the authentic manufacturer, or whether somebody is faking any of your products. Because if you do the right thing, they will know it's your product. If you do the right thing, anybody anywhere can scan your product and know whether it is genuine or whether it is fake. That is what traceability is all about. So what you see happening is that it involves everybody. Whether it's your manufacturer in India, whether it is you as an importer, whether it is you Appman members who are distributors, maybe you buy from importers or you buy from local manufacturers, the pharmacies that you sell to, the hospitals that you give products to, all of them are involved in traceability. Now, for narcotic products, if you, for instance, you are a wholesaler and you go to an importer to buy now, they are going to ask you for your global location number. Because that collecting your global location number from you, they cannot create a traceability event showing that they are shipping products to you. So it's very important for you to note all these things. Because if you go and they say they want to see your global location number, you don't have. It means that if you want to buy a narcotic product from them, they can you. And that is what is happening now. So we have many wholesalers that have come to us and who have collected global location numbers. One of the major requirements of a global location number is that you must have a current 2025 PCN premises license. If you do not have one, government has said that just one cannot allocate a global location number to you. And if you don't have one, really you have no business selling aquatic products anyway. So that's one of the things that we must note here. Another thing that we must also know is that pilot, that implementation is mandatory. Everybody needs to be involved in it. And that's just one. In July this year, another mandatory pilot was started. But it involves, so far initially involves 68 companies. But more companies are going to be added to it with time. And this is a pilot for maternal, neonatal, and child health products. Now, maternal, neonatal, and child health products include many antibiotics, many antimalarials, antihypertensives like methodopa, there's a metazone, there's a list. This list we are going to share with the Appman executive. We are going to have a major industry webinar that is on Tuesday, where the regulator is going to explain to you what is it that you need to do if you're a company that is involved. We have 68 companies that are currently included in this pilot. So if your name is included, all this information will share with the executive. And we'll also share the link for the webinar on Tuesday. So if you need to be there, please, it will be good for you to be there. So one thing again is that, next slide please. So one thing again is that collaboration is very important because what we're trying to do in Nigeria is that we're trying to make sure that we do not carry fake and counterfeit products. That's one of the major reasons for traceability. We want to make sure that so far you are a genuine distributor, you're a genuine importer. We don't have people competing with you for your product space. If you are bringing fakes for your products now, it's a simple scan of the barcode. That's how we will know, anybody will know that a product is not your own. So it's very good for us to know that this is actually a very good development. Next slide, please. So now, next slide. Next slide, we've done a lot. So now for the narcotics pilot, after selected one solution provider is of PLC. For the maternal, neonatal, and child health products, there are 6 solution providers. So NAFDAC have allocated companies and solution providers to them. So for those of you whose names might be on this list, please, you will need to reach out to them. Another thing again is that the traceability regulations are based on the S1 standards. We have 3 of them. We have identified keys, I've mentioned them to you, the global trade item number for products and the global location number for locations. They're encoded in barcodes. So when you scan the barcode, you can see these numbers, another traceability information such as the expiry date, lot number, and the serial number. Next slide, please. One thing about traceability information is that if they put this information on a single product pack, you cannot see 2 product packs with all the same information. If it's the same product, the global trade item number will be the same. If it is the same batch, the expiry date and the batch number will be the same. But within that batch, no serial number can be the same. So for each product pack, this combination of these 4 numbers, product code is global trade item number, the lot number or batch number, the expiry date, and the serial number can be the same for any 2 product packs. That's how we trace products through the supply chain. Next slide, please. Another thing again is that to ease the movement of product and traceability events, normally strongly recommend that contract manufacturers, they put products in cartons and they associate the unique identification of the traceability information with a serial shipping container code number, which is another identification standards people use to identify cartons. So that if you are moving products from one place to another, you want to open the carton and be scanning every item to create a traceability event, you will just scan the carton. Just like this. So we're talking about locations. Every physical location is the owner of the location that locates the global location number. For global trade item numbers, it is the owner of the product, the brand owner, the person that has the product, that imports the product and manufactures the product, that will get the global trade item number. So another thing again is that it's very important that we do all these things because a lot of things are now happening in the regulatory space. Thank you very much. Like this. And these are events that usually happen and checked. Now the manufacturer, wherever they are in the world, the first event that they will create is what happens is that in the production area, they will be printing barcodes on products, and this information will just shown to you. And then at a certain time, we'll start to scan. When we scan those barcodes using traceability applications, we create what we call a commissioning event. This commissioning event shows that this product has come into existence, and NAFTA knows about it. Thereafter, it can be packed. The products are put into a carton, and the SSCC code is applied. Then it is shipped. Whether it's the importer is bringing it to your manufacturer will ship it to you. That's also an event. When you as the importer receive it, it's also an event. If you unpack it, it's also an event. What we're going to do with Appman is that we're going to be doing a lot of webinars to show you about how you can create traceability events. So it's very important for us to note that you act as a central link in the consumer supply chain. That is that first of all, you can see counterfeit products that are fake, so you will not accept them into your premises as wholesalers. Secondly, you are sure that when you are selling products out, they are safe, they are authentic, and that you are of course complying with regulatory, requirements. Next slide, please. So what you are supposed to do, of course, is very important. You that are wholesalers, distributors, please verify your product sourcing. It's very important. It's also good for you to maintain transaction records. It's very important. It's also very important for you to share product information, with the regulator and downstream as you create traceability events, and ensure that your own customers that are buying from you, they also have global location numbers. Because if they don't have global location numbers, you cannot create a shipping event and share and sell products to them. So please let us know these things very importantly for narcotic and controlled substances. It's a major compliance. Very, very important. Next slide, please. So what you're supposed to do, of course, is that you're also supposed to make sure, okay, when you get products, are these products that you can trace? Make sure that the information that you're supposed to have on the product parts, that is the 2 data barcode, this core data element that is there. It's also very important for you to make sure that, as I said before, when we are collecting products, you can scan and you can make sure that they are coming from the right source. Because if a company does the right thing and you scan the narcotics product, you should be able to see that it's verified, that it's genuine. There are applications that can do that. So also you have to also make sure that deal with good trading partners, please. It's very important. Please don't sell or control substances to people that you cannot verify, especially now. Because one day you might see somebody, some government or government and after for PCN coming to pay you a visit, and we don't want any, I won't say more than that. So the most important thing is that, next slide please. The most important thing is that please, if you see products that are fake, it's better you don't buy them. And if for instance you bought them and maybe you are not paid for them, please quarantine them in a place. What regulation says that if you suspect a product is fake, you are supposed to even report it to NAFDAC. That's what the regulation says. So these are some of the things that we need to share understand. If a product is fake, and we know it's fake, we have an obligation. And before you pay for it, please make sure that you can do it. At least for now, when it comes to products, that thing is actually operational. Other lines we have not just started. But for those of us who import or distribute MMCH products, another traceability implementation pilot is starting. And those products are anti-malarials. They include anti-malarials. They include antibiotics, including products like ceftriaxone, erythromycin. They include antihypertensives like methyldopa, which often are used in pregnant women, and dexamethasone. So there are many others, but I can't recall them offhand now. So it's very important that we need to be able to, we hope to have webinars. We are going to discuss with the Appman leadership about how we can be having them, because there's some more detailed information you might need to know. We are currently around, at least for a while after our presentation. So if any of you feel that you have a requirement for a global location number, you can speak to my colleague to do here. We can arrange for you to get it, but you must have a current PCN premises license. So I think that's where I can stop. Thank you.
Please, we cannot get everything done here. Our advice will extend this to the states. So let us have the slide of your presentation so that we can send to the channel. If you have your representative of the state, you can just speak down the meeting information. Other presenters, for a member to get this message, we can't get it here. What we need to do is to have your representative maybe now that I think you're all here, and get our members at the various states. Thank you.
Thank you. A round of applause for GS1. We appreciate your coming. My people, it's around it's 2 p.m. So, and I'm very sure we should eat very soon. Should we eat at 2:30 or 3? 3 p.m. Is that okay? Thank you very much. 3 p.m. So please bear with us. Now, the following companies are making pre-presentation. I told you when people are no more listening to you, you should know and stop talking. I want to read your name so that you know. Remso, Iris, Gratis, which one is this? Pona, Megalife Sciences, FCMB, and Lotus. So I'll start with Remso. Where is Remso? Where is Remso? It's 2 minutes. So if the one presenting ahead of you taking your time, push him away.
Appman. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Okumala Mushola. I'm a representative of Remso Multinational Resources Limited. Remso Multinational Resources Limited, we have a lot of companies under the umbrella. One of the companies is called Remso Herbal Medication. All our product is herbal based. Yesterday, when we are doing program here, when we start the event, if you can remember, we shared this spray to everyone. Let me see your hand if they give you yesterday. And then those people they give, how was it? It works very well, right? Now, today we are going to do some experiments. Number one, those people that did not have access to it yesterday, we are going to give it to you. It's meant for you to use. See the way it works. Now, prescribe it for your retailer. This product you are seeing in my hand is pure organic. It contains 19 essential oil, like sandalwood oil, peppermint oil, and some other things. What is the one? It's meant for you to spray it in whatever any area your customer is having knowing the challenges. And then when you spray it just little, like this, there's no need for you to touch it. It will penetrate to inside and it's going to give you the kind of relief you want. And then today, we have a lot of incentive for any of our customers that buy it. This is our number 2 product. Throughout Nigeria and outside country, this product in my hand is one of our fastest moving products. You can see any of your colleagues, pharmacy, anywhere. Many of them are selling it. It's called Vitamin. This Vitamin contains a lot of active ingredients like black maca root, nutmeg, alligator pepper, and some other active ingredients. If you check this pack, it contains 10 sachets like this. And then each sachet is 10 grams, which means when you have any of your customers that is having challenges of erectile dysfunction, you know there is a difference between erectile dysfunction and quick ejaculation. Your customer that is having challenges of erectile dysfunction, they will take only this sachet, put inside the cup with ordinary water. The moment they drink it, even you by yourself, you will not know you take anything. There's nothing like unnecessary erection because it works in cellular level. The moment a man takes it, it will be on the system for confirmed 5 days. You will not know you take anything. But anytime you enter Maracana Stadium to perform, your opposite person will know that something amaranth. When we do presentation in Port Harcourt people call it Abudu Shaker. You know the reason why? There's no man that take it that their wife will not shake leg. And then this part like that is a 10 inside. When you buy it, we are doing promo on it. And then the last one is this. We call it M&T. It's a combination of anti-malaria. It's pure earth. Which means when you have any of your patients that's having challenges of what I mentioned, only these things can be helped. But you know, we are learners. You know the kind of people we're dealing with. So it's very active. We have a lot of products that you can call for. And then today we are going to do a raffle draw tomorrow for people that buy. When you buy your product, collect your receipt. And then for people that never have taste of our spray, come to our stand. And then when you buy our spray, we came with a lot of plasma television. We have rechargeable fan, we have ordinary fan, we have a lot in our stand. Almighty God will bless every one of us.
Thank you. I call on Father to present your gift to Mr. Sharma. 1 minute. Mr. Sharma, please present yourself.
Good afternoon, distinguished identity. On behalf of Kwara State Chapter, Appman-ng Leaders Board, Against Pharmacy, we want to present this to our digital president, for his birthday. Secondly, to the Kwara State Chapter, MSC of Nazareth Pharmacy. So we are presenting this to our Nazareth president for his birthday. We wish him long life and prosperity. To celebrate in Jesus' mighty name. We will continue celebrating the goodness of God and His faithfulness. Inshallah, Allah, chapter, we bring this to you.
Thank you very much, your brother. God bless you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. I call on risk grantees. This is 1357.
Good afternoon. My name is Olamide. I'm a pharmacist and digitizing your operations. And that's what we do. As a software company, we create retailers to digitize all your operations from taking care of your procurement creating a record of your procurement, of your sales, of your inventory, all the data that has to do with your operation. And the taxman that came this morning mentioned the fact that you need to keep your record properly for you to deal with government. And it's come to the point with this present administration that you need to have proper data of all your operations so that you can prove to them that these are the transactions and the details of my operation. And we took it further than that. The professor mentioned something about AI, and he also mentioned something about the fact that you need data for your AI to work. So we've taken it further and embedded AI in our product. Our product is called, by the way, called Retail Rights. We embedded AI to do a number of things for your business. One of the things it does is to create what we call demand forecasting. As it helps to see what's going to happen in the future. Then it helps you to analyze how well your business is doing. So we went further than that. Once we've analyzed your data with AI, we've done this so that your business data, your operational data, will allow you to have access to credit. You know, one of the challenges we have with access to credit is the collateral involved. But we're doing it such a way that once the financiers that we're partnering with are aware of your business health, once they know that your business is healthy, it's doing well, they can grant you credit. And the credit is not based on collateral, it's based on your inventory, what you're doing, what you're selling. If you have like an inventory of 100 million, why not? And you're doing your business on a daily basis. You're buying, you're selling, and you're moving your goods around the warehouse. Once you have all of the data that talks about how your business is doing, these financiers, once they have access to the data, they can grant you credit. We've talked to a number of them. Currently, we're talking with Providence, and some of our financial partners have committed up to 20 billion to SMEs that would operate transparently and make sure that the data that concerns all the operations are made available to them. They will be able to grant you credit. So, furthermore, as Dean mentioned it, one of the things that we do, AI does, is to ensure that it checks your operational data, found that there is no theft in going on in your operation. So, as a company and as a pharmacist, we've brought this product to this meeting to ensure that your operations are properly digitized. Thank you very much.
Activity.
Good day, everyone. Permit me to stand on the existing protocol. I'm here to present to you a novel product called Feminica. We have so many issues, so many young ladies have been finding it difficult today to stand as women because of infection. And so many homes have also been broken because of the causative of infection. And antibiotic has also started failing. And that is why this new novel product, a combination of probiotics, boric acid, aloe vera, apple cider, with selected probiotics about 6 billion pounds, takes care of all infection. It is a broad spectrum. How does it do that? What is happening is that when you insert one of these into the vagina, it tends to control the acidity. You know, when pathogens begins to grow, the acidity of the vagina is altered, which is supposed to be between 3.5 to 4.8 to 4.5. So what this probiotic does, it returns back the vaginal acidity back. 2, it carries out what we call saccharolytic fermentation. it tends to detach all pathogens from the walls of the vagina, whether it's Intercocca, Staphylococcus, Candida albicans, or gonorrhea. Whatever type of infection is being detached from the wall of the vagina through the probiotics. So this combination gives it a fast treatment. It's just one injection per night. Some doctors call it washing and setting, because when you insert it in the daytime, make sure you put pad, because you're going to see something that has been washed out from your vagina. So we always prefer you insert at night. It's just a 10-day treatment. After 3 days, your symptoms is gone. Itching, smelling, or any form of discharge stop at 3 days. So a pack of these has 3 inserters. That means the patient can use 3 patients can use 1 pack, and it is cost effective. Next slide. It's very effective in the treatment. It has advantages against every other treatment. It's probiotic and has less side effects because probiotics are living organisms. It's just like bringing back your system back to normal using antibiotics. Another product I want to present to you is 4-in-1 oral biotic ORS. What makes it different is because of the presence of probiotics. Most diarrhea treatments, you need antibiotics to treat the patient after giving ORS. But with this, both adults and children, they don't need antibiotics. All you need is to drop 1 sachet into 1 liter of water. Let the child taste it. Don't give him any antibiotic. It's an instant treatment for diarrhea. Because it has effect, the probiotic selected in this formulation, if you look at it, you have carbohydrate, which is dextrose, and we have zinc, which is antioxidant. Then we have prepared probiotic. Our body contains, in short, what is running your body are probiotic. Your antibody is made up of probiotic, about 14 trillion spores. So whenever they are decreasing in number in any part of your body, that's where disease comes in. In the stomach, where these lactobacillus live, Clostridium botulinum, and Saccharomyces boulardii, they are all within your stomach. So when they are in this population, pathogens comes in and cause diarrhea. We have other pools of products made from probiotics. These are all other products we have that are very effective. One is the DHA, that we call it the recovery syrup. It has DHA, inositol, and choline, which is for the brain of your child, strong teeth, and strong bone. We have another oral biotic. Oral biotic is also a blend of probiotics used for the treatment of Helicobacter pylori. Most PUD patients today cannot get treatment because of Helicobacter pylori. But I'm assuring you, take 1 oral biotic capsule, add it together with any PPI, you don't need to add antibiotic, your patient will be made fine. Antidomon, Lacluza is used for the treatment of oligospermia, erectile dysfunction. A 3-month treatment restores back. We also have an eye labition sheet for the eye. The king of antioxidants, astaxanthin and zeaxanthin, they are the ones that causes you blindness, especially in old age. But labition sheet contains this antioxidant, which will help you to recover back from glaucoma and cataract. Thank you for listening. Our stand is behind there. If you need anyone, I'll be there to explain further. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Ihab, please come. Ihab, where are you?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mrs. Kominayo. I'm representing Ihab Healthcare Company. So I'm here today to talk about herbal crusher bitters. But before I proceed, I want to say thank you to Dr. I want to say thank you to him on that very insightful message about herbal medicine. I think a lot of people do not understand the level and the usefulness of herbal medicine. And then they they take it upside down. Then people have high standard expectation from herbal medicine, which herbal medicine is something that they use as the lifestyle support. And in order, if anybody would need any cure with herbal medicine, it has to be with a clinic and not with a product. So there are products that are herbal medicine that is for lifestyle support, and if they need an intense care for herbal medicine, they will need to see a herbal medicine doctor. So we have herbal flush appetite here, we have it in liquid, we have it in sachet. What this thing does is that it helps with cholesterol balance. You can use it with any other medication that you are using because it doesn't affect the blood thinning of your medication. So, and this product has been in high demand. It is something that has been advertising itself. It has been in some supply chain like Health Plus, Med Plus. It is a well-regulated herbal medicine that has been in everywhere. And people are holding it, especially this sachet. We saw the problem with herbal medicine that people are complaining about bitterness. Some people don't have that taste of bitterness. They don't want it. So there is this herbal flush appetite in sachets. And so we are here to let you understand that if you give herbal flush appetite a chance, because we are new in the market and people are enjoying the usefulness of it. When you give it to people that complain anything about stomach pain, stomach cramps, recurring infection after using their medication like the antibiotics, they still have that infection coming back again. One thing that affects that is heavy metals, you understand? So people don't complete their medications, their antibiotics, and they are getting resistant to antibiotics. So once they finish their antibiotics, they can also continue with it. It helps with a lot of stomach pains, cramps, indigestion, bloating, and everything. So we want Appman to support this our product and have it in your pharmacies, and we see that people will start requesting for it more and more again. So thank you very much and God bless you.
Thank you very much. You actually kept to time and I'm very impressed. Please, when I'm going, just pack your bag and follow me. So that you be my takeaway from Appman conference. It's a joke, don't tell my wife. So I call on Puna. Puna, where are you? Okay, Mega Life Science, you are not forgotten. Gracious, elegant. Thank you for coming.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tobilola and I work with Mega Life Sciences. I am the product manager for Ibunova. So today I'm going to be as brief as possible, but I want to introduce a product to you. We are all familiar with a pain reliever known as ibuprofen. But most of the challenges we hear when we recommend ibuprofen to our patients is that it's not active. It doesn't act as strong as other pain relievers. Well, I'm here to tell you that ibuprofen is the safest and most effective pain relief. But the main challenge people have been facing with ibuprofen is that it comes as a tablet or a powder. Now, when it comes as a tablet or powder, it means it's not soluble in the stomach because the stomach juices are hydrophilic, but ibuprofen is lipophilic. So it's just like mixing oil and water. So most of the time, it's not being absorbed and you don't see any activity at the end of the day. But we at Mega Life Sciences have taken care of that problem by making our ibuprofen soluble. So we have made it in the absorbable form. So it's a liquid inside a gel capsule. So when the person takes it and gets into the stomach, absorption happens immediately. And you don't see the effect of no activity. So at the end of the day, when the person takes Ibunova, the patient is going to see 100% absorption or 100% bowel availability with Ibunova with little side effects. So we know that when a patient comes to you and they are complaining of pain, either headache, stomach pain, or any form of pain, they don't want something that will act very slowly. But because we have made Ibunova soluble, once anybody takes it, the person sees activity in less than 20 minutes. So we know that we don't have time to wait. So that's why I'm introducing to you Ibunova, the first and only solubilized ibuprofen with clear cap technology in Nigeria. So when your patient takes Ibunova, the person is skipping a number of steps that when he takes the tablet, he would normally face. So there is high concentration in the blood with the shortest possible time, and there is more activity. So this is the pictorial representation of what it looks like when the person takes Ibunova compared to taking the conventional tablet. At the same time, you see the same activity. And finally, to summarize, Ibunova is safe. Fast, when you take Ibunova, your patient sees fast onset of action, high safety, and stronger pain relief compared to all the other pain relievers in the market, especially for your elderly patients who already have cardiovascular problems. You don't want them to take a pain reliever that will worsen their heart disease. So such patients, Ibunova is the best option. So for all forms of pain, Ibunova, 1 capsule 3 times daily should be your choice. Thank you very much. My colleague is sharing samples, so you can try it out so that you have a first-hand experience on how effective it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Ibunova. I will call on Transgreen. Next Transgreen. Then we go to Madam Adenike to speak on behalf of the Pharmacy Council of Nigeria. Transgreen, where are you? Transgreen. So meanwhile, Ibunova, you should also pack your bag when I'm going so that I'm going there. Please, the people on the table say you should bring samples so that they can have an idea of what you are saying. Transgreen.
Good afternoon. Our awesome president, and I appreciate this opportunity that you've given us to present this product. And I want to commend the leadership. We actually the newest disposable syringe manufacturers in Nigeria. The factory was commissioned in April this year, and I never knew about Appman until the president contacted me and told me about this association. And I'm very, very impressed with his efforts to encourage local manufacturers. And that's why we are here. We came into the industry as a child of circumstance. We were previously in CD and DVD manufacturing until COVID. When COVID broke out, COVID 2019, when it broke out, we realized that there is opportunity in the health industry because there was no company manufacturing this mask in the whole of Nigeria when COVID broke out. So we came in to manufacture face mask and became the first face mask manufacturer in Nigeria. And then as we operate in the industry, we saw there was a gap also for syringe manufacturing. And then that was when JSL shut down. That was in 2021. So we saw it as also as an opportunity to come in. So we are here to stay, and our vision is to be the preferred disposable syringe
its stakeholders by the year 2032. And we have all the sizes in the market. We have 2 mil, we have 5 mil, we have 10 mil. And they are packed in a carton. 10 mil is packed in a carton of 12 boxes in a carton. And 2 mil is 24 boxes in a carton. And then 5 mil is 24 boxes in a carton. And then 2 mil is 30 boxes in a carton. We look forward to cooperating with the association, with the members of the association, such a way that in the near future, if anybody wants to say, do you have syringes, the person will ask, do you have cocaine? It is our vision and we are driving, and it's of excellent quality. We don't have any adverse reports. All the places where we have sent it, we don't have one single adverse report on it. So we welcome you to partner with us, and God will bless all of you. I wish you a wonderful celebration, and by the time you go, the Almighty God will take you home wherever you came from. In Jesus' name.
Thank you, President Boma. Pona. 4 minutes.
Welcome again, everybody, to Appman 2025. My name is Kenneth Chukwubuwe, Chief Operating Officer of Pona Nigeria, and I'm here to talk about Pona. Now, what if I told you that the product that makes taking supplements enjoyable for yourself and your customers? Yes, that's what we do at Pona Nigeria. We make supplement brand that focuses on rubbing dosage form to help compliance and accessibility with your customers. Now, at Pona Company, we are dedicated to making premium supplements that can satisfy everybody. We have different product lines that cater for different health needs. We have product lines for weight loss, we have beauty products for your hair, skin, and nails. We have products for your vitality and immunity. We also have products for kids to boost their learning, brain development, and memory. Now, we have apple cider. Apple cider, if anybody in the house trying to lose weight, now apple cider helps in weight management. It helps you feel full, so suppressing your craving, that's reducing your calorie intake. That's how apple cider works. Now, apple cider in gummy dosage form, if you are familiar with the other apple cider that is in liquid, form, that is very not convenient to take. But with apple cider gummy dosage form, it's very convenient, and you can see your customers will be very compliant with it and can take it for a very long time. We also have beauty products, maybe Novital and hair weight beauty. Now these are 5,000 micrograms of biotin, and biotin is an essential vitamin that helps with hair, skin, and nails. Now taking biotin consistently will improve the integrity of the skin texture, your nails, and your hair. We also have products for pregnant women. Pregnant women, when you're pregnant, there are some routine medications like folic acid, iron, calcium that you need to take continuously for your child health and your baby's health. So with Pona Mama Beer, everything, all the vitamins, omega-3, everything is incorporated in one single body dosage form just to help compliance. Then last but not least, we have new cups for kids. Now, these new cups for kids will help the brain development for kids and also boost their immunity. So I'm calling on everyone to join us on our journey to wellness through supplementation. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Olumide, to please give us a good message from the Ministry of Health. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Appman. Let me start by touching on the existing protocol. Mr. President, you are doing well. PRO, you are doing well. I bring you greetings from the ministry, and the little movement has stayed there and experienced a lot of things. And from the Honorable Commissioner of Health, Ogun State, Dr. Mrs. Coker, she sent her greetings, and do have a lovely delegation. Thank you so much, and God. I'm here.
My people, we are eating by 3. I'm sure we are hungry. Are we not? So we are going to break this program for us to be able to eat. But please permit me, before we go into that aspect, I will call on the BCN registrar, ably represented by Madam. Okay. So I'm going to that place to go and arrange the food ahead. Thank you. A round of applause. We don't clap, we need to.
My president, the member of the high table, please let me stand on this. My people. Abi, my people. It's a pleasure being here again. We're together. We thank God for our good health. We thank God for His mercy over our lives, and we thank God that we're seeing ourselves again. In fact, we are more than last year's conference, and I pray we will increase more. Discussing the Pharmacy Act 2022. We are discussing the act, the new act, the enacted act. That's what we are discussing here. Now, goal is to provide premises owners in-depth understanding of the role, your obligation, your responsibility under the Pharmacy Act. The responsibility of the pharmaceutical owner. Now, as a pharmacy owner, you are ensure that your premises is properly registered every year. The Pharmacy Act, as we all know, is called the PCN Act 2022. We are discussing how it affects you. What is your role as pharmacy owners? Please, let's be attentive. God will help us. Now, as a pharmacy owner, it is your responsibility and it is your duty to ensure that your premises is really registered by this year, every year. Your license of last year ends in December. Even if you collect license by 29 December, it ends by 31st December. So any license you collect that year, whichever day, even if you collect on 30, it ends on 31st. As long as it's carrying 2024, it ends 2024. So the new license is due January the following year. Please, let's not be confused. Because I got someone saying, I'll be arrested in September. I'm going to register in September next year. It's not like that, bro. If you register September, the license ends December 31st of that same year. So every year, you have to renew your license. Apart from that, you must ensure you have a licensed pharmacist. A pharmacist must be in charge of your premise. Hello? Ensure you have a licensed pharmacist. Another thing that's very important is ensure you have a good practice. I've been to a place, it was like, how do I call it? They just put drugs everywhere. They just put, I was looking at the man and said, I'm sorry for the man. Why? Because the way he arranged his drugs, there's no way he can account for that drugs. And there's no sellers, assistants, don't tell them. Because if you cannot account for the drugs, when one is taking it and you are not backing up, and the person is flourishing, the other will be tempted to take it. And no, if this was people a pharmacist, it's owned by a pharmacist. All of them were doing a job. All of them in that shop were doing a job. How did the man got to know? Now a member of his church that is the doctor training secondary school now begging the guy did not pass his exam. Let her go and be staying in the shop. At first he don't want to take her because he believes he's not making so much money that he can afford to pay the girl. So he was talking to the woman. He didn't want to take the girl. But when the woman's wahala was too much, he eventually said, let's get go and start. So when the girl joined, the girl did not stay 2 months when the girl left. So he was surprised, why did the girl leave now? So when you now saw the woman in the front, now stop it, and now have to start. The doctor did not even stay 2 months before she ran away. She said she cannot tell you, but I will tell you. All the people you have there, including your sister or whatever, they are doing a job. Even your sister that is in charge is doing a job for herself and her husband. So everybody was doing a job, and not because no place was so standardized, like they are saying now, they have computerize your shop, computerize your products, know what you have, take stock every time. These are very, very important. These are the things we discussed last year. So we don't need to go back to that. So, because we know it, when he came, it was shocked. When he came, he was able to recover 5 million. I thought 1 million, and so many and too much has been taken. If not that God used that girl to expose them, that's how they will come feeding facts on him or her. So please, that your stock is looking big and everywhere is packed, everywhere is properly arranged. Does not mean you are selling though. You are selling, but you are selling for somebody else. So please, a standard good practice. Arrange your stock. Put it well. Let it be properly. And when we say don't put your job on the floor, we know what you are talking about. Yeah, you bring your bag, we know what you say. You can't put that go on the floor. We say the ground with we are meat on it and it will spoil it. Same thing with cloth. When you put them on the floor, they get spoiled quickly. So you are supposed to put a pallet or a wood that you put it on so that it will not be breathing. So you have to have a good practice. That's your responsibility. Another thing is maintain a clean environment. Some of us is only our shop and like we were carrying and before. Your surroundings were they are feeling. I went to a shop when I went to enter the shop. The kind of smell that came in was the government that passed from the front of the shop. I don't know how the woman was the same woman. I don't know how he stayed in that shop all day. Because of the smell that was coming from the surroundings. Please maintain a clean surroundings and make sure your structure. Don't something like about holding you. Some of us are structures about holding you. Please ensure you have a good structure. And like I said, keep accurate record of your medicine receipt and the one dispensed. Hello? Keep accurate record of medicine receipt and the one you dispense. It's very, very important so that you will get against. And submit yourself to PCN inspectors. Now that we also coming, but if you don't have other drug, you don't have drug that does not have NAFDAC, you don't have, they will just come in and go. Hello? But once you have a small drug, and you have some standard drugs, the one that they take you to look for market, that will see happening to your shop. For sure now, they will arrest you now, they will hold you. Registration and licensing. To apply, let's approval for you, sponsor for you, we are good, and you are licensed. Then there's either license for your premises. There is certificate for your premises. The certificate of license is for the premises, certificate is for the premises. No person should operate a premise in Nigeria without this registration. Furthermore, it is not mandated that no person shall carry on a business involving the sale of the distribution of drugs unless the premises on which the business is operated is registered with the council. That's section 19. Now the role of distributed pharmacists. Most of us we have distributed pharmacists. Some of us we have our children that are distributing our premises. I pray more of us we have our children distributing our premises. Amen. Amen. So, like my dad will say, only because I did not train a child to go and work for a white man. He said, I did not train a white man child to go and work for a white man. I train my child to work for me and work with me. Ọmọ rẹ̀ á pẹ̀lú wa o. So, it is very, very critical that you have a student pharmacist. As a owner, you must employ a licensed pharmaceutical who have a student pharmacist. Ensure your student pharmacist is in charge and in control of the premises. Now, let me tell you something. Your student pharmacist is the only one that has the key. You are the owner, you may have the key, but you are not sure that you have the key. So your, what do you call it, poison. One of my brothers is not here. Who testify to that. The NDA came, they were asking him, and the one that you're supposed to have the key. He said he does not have the key. Unless you want to bring it, and the pharmacist is not around, and the place is locked. So I don't have the key. She's the only one that has the key. So do your worst. They said they want to break it, and you know that you go, and he was videoing them. So that they know that the next place open. The video there are breaking his power. Because before you say it, they will say that they make it open. So they may come in. Your student pharmacist is the only one, or your pharmacist, if you have no proof, whatever pharmacist you have there. They are the only one that's supposed to have key for your poison. You know, in my heart, I know you have it. These are your own, are your premises now. But don't expose that you want to live. I know that I'm not hello. So, and your pharmacist will be in control of the premises. You will be in charge of the premises. Why? Because now, we all know business is different from pharmaceutical care. They are what we call pharmaceutical care. Now, there are some drugs that are supposed to be on sale. Some of you that have worked with you understand what I'm talking about. Because of some drugs, I saw some drugs on the shelf. I say, hey, what's this one they do for sale? They say, that's why I buy them for market, yo. Well, I think it's a pharmacy that is there. He or she automatically know that that drug or those drugs are not supposed to be on shelf. And you're not supposed to even buy it from shelf. Wherever you are buying it from, it's supposed to be from inside fridge. Hello? So your pharmacist will be in charge. They should be checking your stock. They should be checking your shelf every time. But I know if anything should happen, if police arrest you, they will arrest your student pharmacist. Unless they want to be partial. In fact, the first one they will take it from student pharmacist. Because they believe they are not doing is wrong. By having expired drug on your shelf. Having drugs are not supposed on your shelf or your hand. Now, let me down my comment. The section 25 of the Act says, no person shall operate a registered pharmaceutical premises unless it's under the personal control, management of a superintendent pharmacist. And like I said last year, I said you don't need to be taking pharmacists every year. If you put your pharmacist well, it will not go. for, not the money. Now money now. Don't not give you money, they can say everything they make, and what you make for your job. And you are giving it premium that you start to down there. Now you tell me those. Now you tell me, I'm only for cleaner pastor. So pay them well. Pay them well. So people, you know, let me tell you something. There's a young man saying that say, I mean, our spiritual life, we agree with each other. Some purposes you will take, you will see that you say before. It's because you are spiritually connected. And you will take another one. So you understand, I'm not saying you go tell you. So if you have one that know your state is doing well, maintain her or him. Take care of him or her. And so he does not go on it. I know of a man that was in Tripoli. The man refused to leave the house one room by first quarter where he stayed in Tripoli. He has put his house in the Bado. He didn't leave. I said, Daddy, what happened? Say this place. And they prosper there. I'm not living there. I build my house. My children and my wife are there. I go and see them by weekend. But this place, I'm okay there. I'm not living. So, please, if you have a good overseas, maintain him or her. Now, we Christians, we go for inspection, we go for monitoring. Once in 2 years, you just breathe in and check your operation. How are you doing? Are you still doing it properly? You have your drugs in proper places. Like I said, after they believe they cannot do everything they want. They will just put their drugs everywhere. Drop everything everywhere, anyhow. It's not supposed to be. That's why we have monitoring. We enter, we look at your pump, we look at your storage. Are you storing your drug properly? We check your documents, we look at your personnel, you have the right personnel on ground, and then we look at if you have non-compliance, your shop can be sealed. So enforcement allow us to seal your shop if you are breaking any of our rules. And mind you, your license are to be conspicuously displayed in your shop. When you get your license for the year, you display it in a conspicuous place. Now, these are the offenses and the penalty. The offenses, when you don't have your license, you don't have your operating license. You are like now. I went to one place. I won't mention the person is called there. I went there. I said, where is the pharmacist? He said, it's the pharmacist. You are the pharmacist. He said, yes. And he has paid for the year. He used his local pharmacist number to pay. He said his own name. I said, you are the pharmacist. He said, okay. Give me your number. When I got the number, I got to another person's picture. I said, how come? What is it? So, he said, it's our praise for you was late that you are a pharmacist. So, when you get there, my pharmacist is not online. She came up. He stepped out. I don't step out every time, you step out and drop letter for you. Next time I come in, you step out again, and they see your shop. So not every time you step out, you step out. But what I'm saying is, they are all human beings. When you say you carry, if they carry down, because I dey work for you, I don't go get my own life to live. So, if once in a while you don't start something for you, don't tell that. That's why we say you should employ pharmacy technicians to support your pharmacist. And my brother, some of Moran knows what I'm saying. Employ professionals, technicians, even shoes. If you don't get a technician, they are employed from the out of the dispensary. So, employ a pharmacy technician who assist the pharmacist. So when the pharmacist and instead of bouncing, they don't see the pharmacist step out, but my technician is around. Hello? Are we talking? Not that you go and wear laptop and say I'm the pharmacist. You cannot afford the inspector. That has happened to the ones because of staff. Because you know say I no talk now. You know say I no. Na that's why they wear hair. You know the way they documents. Don't postpone, don't send what you don't have. Hello, we are all human beings. Don't say you are what you are not. Don't postpone documents. You can like the criminal offense. Now, and certainly enough, this is summary. And certainly enough, the institutional license, maintain up-to-date national file with pharmacist license, display all assets and certificate clearly within the premises, keep accurate stock movement record and invoices. You buy drug. Hello, the drug you buy, especially the poison. This is the amount of drugs. From the poison food, as you see how many that have gone out. Hello, I buy food drugs. I didn't get pharmacy. Take to buy the poison food. You are a distributor. You are a wholesaler. You have right to sell to me. Or to hospital. Take to buy food at the time. Right there. Hello. Are we talking? So keep accurate records. The number you got 50, you have got 30. As you able to see 30 you sold in your poison book. Hello. Another thing. If you have a change of address, let's say because I just give my instruction and it's about 2 buildings away, I'm just moving. No. If you want to move, you have a change of address, not to require. Even your landlord give you wahala. Say, hey, move now. Not that for that. Especially some of us they go behind our leg. We go tie somebody else's house. We go tie them. We go what do they do again? POP. After you don't tell you to finish, they will not tell you say, I won't move my house. Because they know the guy increase your rent. So they will say they want to move their house. That they are somebody else at higher because they have already upgraded that building. So if you have that kind of problem, tell us. Go to the nearest tech officer. Tell him or how much you are facing. Hello, I'm telling you sincerely, with your president, your present president, he has created freedom for you to enter any PCN office. Any PCN office. And any your complaint. If you have any issue, call him. If any state officer is giving you any issue, call him. He has direct access to the registrar. Hello. So that's one thing you are enjoying about him. And I was talking with him yesterday. I said I pray that the person that will come after you will maintain this relationship. We are not part and God. We are the one in synergy. Like I keep on saying, I say some of you, your children, the person will come. I say, I know your mama now, your mama did this. I just go to this thing for this. Now if they respect your mama that time, I will not be here forever. That's the truth. You don't carry position on your head. It's for a while. It's for a period. Soldier come, soldier go. Hello. But the point is, have a good relationship with people. He has built a relationship with almost everybody. He can call everyone at any time. And I pray you have a good successor that will maintain that relationship. In NAFTA, NBLA, PCN. And you have a good rapport, good relationship with them. You don't need to fight. You are doing the same thing. The topic is our focus. That we want pharmacists to have access to good products. So, when you change your address, before you move there, let us know. If the landlord is giving you wahala and you need to move immediately, not be that day. It can be tomorrow. Before you move that tomorrow, go to the business office now. Say, this is what is happening. My landlord say, make I comot my load o. I need somebody that get the shop burn down. The burn know the burn. The they came to our office with the pictures. And the remaining thing they were able to work out to Abeg, you want to put it in another shop not far away from the state. So they have to give up go ahead. You know, I know the woman, I can make my house work. If I don't get job. Hello, keep us informed. I want to change address, get proper approval. Location approval, inspection of the premises before you move in. And if it's emergency, your state officer know the person an issue. Then another thing is, if you are changing your pharmacies, if your pharmacy is stolen, you don't have to come to go and discover. Some of you until you get to your church, that's when you know your pharmacy is gone. He has resigned. No, let us go. My pharmacies are there. I'm taking the local pharmacies. I'm taking the local pharmacies. I can get the local pharmacies, but the pharmacy technician is one working for me now. So you can get the local. That will be looking after your job. Then when you get a substantive, then pharmacies to replace the one that has gone. Hello. And change of owner, like we are tired of doing pharmacy business. Once or not necessarily. Some of us we have so many branches, and some branches are not viable. And you want to dispose of unviable branches. Let us know before you sell. I want to sell it to the person. Let us see the document. Let us know we are selling to somebody else. So you know that place is not more under your control. So if anything happens there, who have to call you? So premises will get there. You have to replace that which are getting over the front. That's why you know they are not operating there again. It's not like that. You keep coming to get there, you take it from the in conclusion, this year is not political. We are friends. It's not to punish anybody. It's not to chase anybody out of business. We are here to correct, to direct, to assist. Law is highly protected and is highly protected of the masses. According to your understanding, the new law ensures safety and professional integrity. Safety for the masses over the airport and protect professional integrity. Compliance and professionality of the business is very, very paramount to us. Again, the business, like I said, is to protect the integrity of the business, safety of the Nigerian people, the dignity of the pharmacy profession. We as Christians are not here only to sanction, but to guide, to support, to collaborate. We urge you to take your obligation seriously, engage with state officers and zonal officers around you, attend the same training and regulatory update sessions. Treat your premises not only as a business, but as a public health institution. Together, we can build a compliant, ethical, and safe pharmaceutical sector. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you so much. If we do any other thing apart from food now, we will get angry. Don't we? Won't we? We will. So, no, we
work again. But still, the pharmacy owner was still using.
Who read this message?
He didn't apply another promises. But unfortunately, he will not pay him on time. And when he's going to pay him, he will tell him, what is Sarah do? How do I say that in English? And doing charity. And he's doing charity. But he's not doing charity. Excuse me. Without that old man or old woman's license, that premises cannot not there. But it's a certificate that you are using. It's something that is fetching you your what you call income. Give respect to who respect is due. The man is late now. When I saw the way the man was being treated, myself and Enike got him another one. I told him to resign. To resign. Nike, báwo ṣe máa ṣe? Wọ́n dín mi kan. I told him, Daddy, I will get you another person. This person you are working with does not value you. The first is a joke. When the owner of the premises came to my office, that time I was still the state officer. I went to collect the form as usual. That time it was form. I told him, today I know the man is buried. I told him I want to see your pharmacies. I said, I don't know. Do I know? What is not it is not known now. Is it written? He has said, no, I don't know. And I'm sorry. I can't give you any form until I see your pharmacies. So it was supposed to go and employ a younger pharmacist. I now know what it is to pay. And you know another pharmacist, how they charge us. I have one. How they charge? They will charge you for your license. They will charge you for coming every month. Am I telling lies? Am I the only one being charged like that? I'm the only one. Before I was able to persuade him to collect 600,000 for using his license to register my premise, my mover from right windows entered the left one. I told you to know who you are talking to. Na grandma. You are a regulatory officer. Story. When I couldn't get anybody to go to the village where I have my premises, I had to go back to him. And I don't want to break the law. So what am I saying? When you now have to employ a younger pharmacist, you know what it is to have an elderly man that is pliable and that's one, organoverse. Now when we come to the younger ones, we know this Japan syndrome is another thing we are facing seriously. The Japan syndrome is making us lose so many of our pharmacists. We will have invested in them, rent a house, do this, do that. Eventually, out of the blue, we just tell you, like I said, when you said I go school, you go travel, and you have to look for another pharmacist. That's the advantage of that one. But the advantage of it is, if you can treat them well, if you can pay them well, because what they are looking for is money, they will stay. Now most of them are even being sent back now. You don't know what is happening in UK, in America. So it's not easy to bring them back. So it's like that thing is calming them down. Now, although some of them still want to go and see what's going on there. So please, the younger ones, this money, let's pay them well. And as we do so, God bless us.
Thank you, Madam. Well, payment, age, the idiosyncrasies and the effects of all that on the relationship. MDB heads our patron. Do you agree that there is a symbiotic relationship between the pharmacy owner and the superintendent pharmacist? What are the challenges and what do you advise and bring about peace between the two? Good evening, colleagues here. Good evening, my comrades. The topic on ground, I agree 100% that there must be a good symbiotic relationship between the pharmacy owners and the superintendent pharmacists. Because it's business we are talking about. And there's a division of labor. We supply the money, the pharmacies
care of the premises. That's why he is called pretendent. He pretends over everything there. When my sister was giving us talk through the previous preliminary, I agree with her totally that this time around, the examples she gave were not part of that. Because I don't believe that the man in question that treated the premises very, very bad is our member. It's not an Appman member. Appman don't do it because we know what it takes. When you treat your workers very well, they give you the best. Because as we are here, our offices, our premises are open. We're not there because we're taking good care of them. I don't know much about other places, but me in person, I have 5 outlets. I only opened this year, but all of them will have been existed for about more than 3 decades. And the persons working there, he has stayed for about 20 years. And I have another one that has stayed 23 years. I have another one that has stayed 15 years. And I know my chairman in Abuja, his own premises, I know he has stayed up to 10 years. And Zilek is here, his own premises has stayed more than 12 years. And I believe if there is no symbiotic relationship, they cannot stay. Because we mean business. You give someone, apart from premises, your workers, treat them like your brothers. And stealing and whatever will be minimized. It may not stop, but it will be minimized to the barest minimum. So I'm saying that as far as Appman, because hardly from Appman positive, hardly you hear a problem between superintendent services and the owner of the premises. So we, the Appman members, we know the right thing to do. But some other people outside Appman, because it's not only there are potential members of us outside here that refuse to join Appman, so that we will be doing illegal businesses. You cannot use that to turn us. We know the right thing, we know what to do at the right time. Thank you. Appman.
A round of applause for our patron. He has come closely to the facts of the matter. A lot of people are outside this association and they still indulge in a lot of sharp practices. And over time, nemesis will come up with them. Well, I'll go to the VIPs are still going to address a very important part of this panel session. This is addressing drug shortages and supply chain disruptions. So now we'll go to the GS1 leader, but I'll go to Dr. Ubi. To have like us superintendent pharmacists, what are the experiences you have with them and you can share with them? Because truly sometimes we run into issues with the pharmacists. I particularly run, because I, just not being a doctor, I still employ the superintendent pharmacy, and I ran into trouble, I now into problems with the doctor now, because you just come and sleep beside these people from morning till night. And I told him you don't have to do that. You must participate. He said no, that is just there. I said no, you have to just there. You must be part of the business. Sir, What experiences do you have and how did you manage it?
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to be empirical here because this title or topic is coming at the right time. When in our nation we have a series of health challenges. You made mention during the course of your speech, you mentioned of the distribution channels and the rest. So we are faced with a lot of challenges, especially in the pharma sector. So this title is coming at the right time so that I know that the panelists they'll be making justice to it, especially my representative of my registrar. So let me start with this. This is the phrase, symbiotic relationship. We all learn in biology that symbiotic relationship is a relationship between two different organisms working together harmoniously, whereby both of them enjoy benefits. This relationship is not commensal and it is not parasitic. It is a relationship between a owner, pharmacist owner, pharmacy owner, he or she holds the vision because nobody has the vision for a pharmacy. You work on it, you have the vision that this is my vision for my pharmacy as an owner. The owner has what we call resources, like you mentioned earlier. Resources is the capital or the wherewithal to run the activities of the pharmacy. And finally, the owner runs what we call foresee what the pharmacy will become in the nearest future. So that's the responsibility of the owner. But what does the pharmacist brought into the table? The pharmacist brings into the table what we call professional acumen. It is important for us to know that I always liken it to a co-pilot that tries to fly flights or aircraft to a particular destination. When there is no cooperation amongst both of them, definitely, you trust me, they are heading nowhere. If one is saying no, take the other route. If the other, but when they are talking in the same terms, in the same language, they will eventually achieve that particular goal they set aside for them to achieve. So back to your question. Before I go to your question, I need to say this. It is important, again, for us to know that there are three major things that a pharmacist, the superintendent pharmacist, and the owner of the business of the pharmacy needs to take into consideration because they are so much vital to us. And one is communication. Communication lubricates business. It's like oil. When you don't have good communication skill, or you don't have good communication rapport with your pharmacist, definitely you know that there will be outright growth in the business. What? Because I said I need to be empirical. Any pharmacy you are seeing out there that is striving hard, that is striving well in the space of pharma sector, there is a good relationship between the owner and the pharmacist. Number one thing is communication. You must come up with a strategy in order for you to have a robust communication with your pharmacist. Fine. The pharmacy owner is coming up with something great, which is without those resources, there is no pharmacy, regardless of what you have upstairs, that you can try. It's not possible. So we need to know that we need to have a good communication platform. Nowadays we have WhatsApp. We run meetings on WhatsApp, weekly meetings with your pharmacist, so that you keep entrenching those things that you guys discussed initially when they wanted to get the employment, and you entrenched it. And those things that you want for the business to thrive. Another thing I would like to mention here is collaboration. Collaboration is interesting, it's important. It's like the life wire of the business. If you don't collaborate well with your
don't think the pharmacists will strike at the end of the day. Because collaboration entails procurement process. Who is procuring? Where is the source of procurement? Does the pharmacist have a say in the procurement system? Do you understand? You guys can come into middle edge to address issues like that and employment employment system or thereabout. And finally, please, it is I call them 3 C's. The last C is the regulatory compliance. Because the council is there to comply with all the regulatory agencies, while the head of the owner of the business is ready to give all the resources. We are saying PCN forms and you put some labels where they're supposed not to be. Did you provide the necessary refrigerator to make all these things? So those are the questions. So left to me, it is a symbiotic relationship. If the pharmacist does not play his role, there will be a problem. If the owner of the business or the pharmacy does not play his or her role, there will be a business. So there is need for us to have common with a tandem relationship, which is symbiosis, to better the cause of the health of our patients. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We are going to end program by 5, so please just bear with us, and we are sure that I will keep the time. Well, I'm going to the masquerade in the house, the ACPN chairman, because they are the one that this superintendent pharmacy will run into. In our case, he did do his work, and I refused to pay his salary. What offense have I committed, and am I right to have done that? Please cancel us. If we have the same situations with their superintendent pharmacy, should they still pay the salary for the job not done?
Okay, sir. Good afternoon. I think we are a bit tired. I think the earlier speakers actually addressed all these things. But particular to your question, I think it has to start with mutual respect first. And there should be trust too. Those two ingredients are very important. I'm sure it will not just get to the point that you told the salary. Something should have been building up. I can tell you, like the scenario I painted when I was giving the good message of my national chairman, is that it's a compulsory relationship. We don't have a choice. It's like a marriage. And you must love the family, your in-laws. You can't say you love your wife and you hate your parents. It's not done anyway. It should be a mutual, like a mutual respect kind of a thing. So it's not about you withholding the salary. I don't know what's going to the back end story. But to me, if there is mutual respect for each other, and if there is private trust between each other, there are things we can actually talk about and talk it off. I make a scenario in my earlier presentation today. It was an issue that happened in January. I was involved by our members. What I just did was to call the national chairman and I narrated the issue. And the issue was resolved between the two of us within 5 or 10 minutes. And I think that's the way to go. That's why I will enjoy every other person that is not in the net of your member to join. There are some things we can resolve with diplomatic discussion that will not get to the point of you withdrawing the salary or not. And I think we should just, based on what the other speakers have talked about, let's give respect to one another and let there be trust in between both parties. Thank you.
Very brilliant. I will go to K-Farm now. Madam, you have a special place. Your question is very special. I want them to exhaust the theoretical aspect of the whole thing. K-Farm, from your experience in the business, this is K-Farm, the PRO of the state Appman, the best state in Nigeria. We all agree with this severally. If you want to change your leadership of your state the idea of superintendent pharmacy fixing their salary, thereby leading to subtle blackmail on the business, do you think that will affect the symbiotic relationship between them and the pharmacy owners?
Good afternoon, everybody. put together. Number one, though they used to be, nowadays they need to protect their salaries. But at the same time, we need to come to the terms of where Nigeria is going, is heading to. Due to that, they have to, and nowadays we have other policies that are not as old. So President should expect that. And they have a lot of responsibilities too, which not all salaries are not met up. So I will just advise us to, we need to create a relationship where we can discuss. We have mutual relationship concerning the salary. Both parties have to come together. They have to agree this by, and whenever, and all these pharmacists too, whenever they get to our premise, they know our capability. They know what we can, even they know what we can offer them. So if we have a very sound relationship in between, we can always come into mutual agreement, which will not cause any wahala or any problem or any misunderstanding between the two parties. To my understanding, I think if we can understand them better and we can draw them closer as a friend or as a family, we can achieve it.
Round of applause for him, please. I want to keep to my promise to you people. We have 70 minutes to go. I'll go to GSI. The question is, what I want you to counsel us on is that there is shortage of pharmacy in the country, and they are able to meet all the requirements of each premises having one superintendent pharmacy. How do you think this can be addressed? And will you support the regulators taking actions on those people who run this business and they don't have a pharmacy, which is not a fault of theirs, but as a result of the shortage of pharmacy in that person?
Thank you very much, Doctor. Well, when we look at the issue of superintendent pharmacies, and we look at businesses, the truth of the matter is that the regulation actually says that if you are in a physical premises, you will need to have a superintendent pharmacist. It's very important. And it's very important for us to note that even if we feel there's a shortage, we still have pharmacists that are coming out of school. We still have pharmacists that are entering into the practice. And the truth of the matter is that we are still graduating pharmacists. So pharmacists are always available. The most important thing for us to note is that if, for instance, a superintendent pharmacist leaves and is not available, as soon as possible, even if it's with a local pharmacist, we should fill that position while we are looking for somebody that will take over back from the superintendent pharmacist. Because as PCN says, it means that a premises must have a pharmacist. And because of the technical nature of the practice and the things that need to be done to ensure that the practice is run professionally as it should be. So actually, a pharmacist is necessary. We are still graduating pharmacists. We need to, if there's a gap, please, we can fill it with a local pharmacist, maybe a pharmacist like YC Papa, while we're still looking for superintendents. Because we know that if for a year there's no superintendent pharmacist, they won't be able to register a license at premises. When you cannot register at premises, then if PCN comes one day and sees it's not registered. So what we can do is that to stop that, how we are looking to replace the pharmacist, we can take a pharmacist, a local pharmacist, have a local pharmacist in our premises. We should know that it's just a temporary measure. It's not something that should be there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Even when we don't have any solution to what GS1 said, but I want to ask, I'm coming to you now, I want to ask Madam Nike, why can't one pharmacy register more than one premises? This is an old law, and to every law there is always a time for reform. if the pharmacy premises are not far from each other, most of the time these people they are just sitting down, they don't really work 24/7, but they are supervising the business. We agree. So if a pharmacy premises is just like 200 meters close to the place where it's working, why can't we go on? Because I believe if one pharmacy can supervise like 3 or 4, and it's even affecting the pharmacists themselves. The pharmacist must open one business. We doctors, we don't do like that. As a doctor, I can open like 10 hospitals. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. The reality of life is when a doctor makes a mistake, he will only kill one person. When a pharmacist makes a mistake, thousands will die. That is the truth. So we don't play with our lives. Now, we have increased the number of, we have approved more schools of pharmacy. Last week I was in Appman. We adopted 95 graduates in Appman. First induction in Appman last week. And next year, yes, I'm talking about it. Next year, year after, Koye will also be graduating more, knocking out more pharmacists. I'm talking of Southwest. At least I'm aware of Southwest. Like I was told, I was in 4 schools. I'm going to be bringing out students, pharmacists in the Southwest. I just know, and I'm sure, likewise in the East, likewise in the North, private schools are bringing out, state schools are started pharmacy. School of Health Sciences in Odo, they said pharmacy. So, Achiever University, they said pharmacy. There's a massive university that said pharmacy. So, before you say diagnosis, you will even be tired of them. You have a norm that will go right. Please, you cannot, let me tell you something. When I was talking to them, I said they are the last bridge between the doctors and I don't want to read the term I want to use and the masses. They are the doctors are the why the doctor in overseas, why the doctor diagnose properly. If the drug given is wrong, it is the duty of the pharmacist to discuss with the doctor. But here in Nigeria, I did that. I used to give my students whenever I give talk to them, but I should talk with them before they graduate. Don't joke with your side, checking the prescription before you hand over the drugs. It's not just 2-3 times. There's nothing like 2-3 times, 2-4 times. There's nothing like that. A professional will tell you 1 8 hourly, 1 6 hourly, give you hours, not 1-2 times, 3 years. Yes, doctor will write it like that, but pharmacy must interpret it rightly. Now, I've had experience. My neighbor in Lagos died because of wrong decision, and because the pharmacist that was not alone, the pharmacist that I attended to was speaking from BGO that time. It was BGO in the general hospital. The person was speaking from the BGO. He said, madam, this decision, the one you go buy, I think so. The one you don't go buy, I don't buy it. I don't tell you when you go to buy this kind of decision. Those ones I think is one you go buy, the one I start, don't buy them. You know, the man says, who is this man speaking from the BGO? A one doctor wrote a prescription. And somebody speaking from BGO and said I should not buy it. He went ahead and bought it. And the wife died. So what am I saying? I'm not saying it's not true TDST. We are talking of people's life. We are talking of people's life. Drug kills. And it makes their life. People, different that is, most of the
sustain all of this. Now that a situation where the superintendent pharmacist will instigate you because he's having issues with his pharmacy owner, do you think that is right? And do you think that will affect the symbiotic relationship? And if they ask you to come and do inspection, a superintendent pharmacy has to go and do inspection where he's working so that he wants to get at his employer. What will you do? And what will you advise the pharmacy owner to do to handle this?
I want to first say that that is not ethical for running out of officer to allow inspection from any pharmacist and just to fight back example to get whatever it means as a benefit. But nevertheless, just like I said earlier, not that I'm a volunteer. And that is why we are saying that to everyone, not only the SP man, if you see something, you say something. But that is not to say that we are coming around, just to fight a battle that is not happening. Of course, we know that symbiotic relationship is of mutual benefit, and it's on that note that I would like to pick it from two angles. The first angle is from business aspect. That you as the pharmacy owner, you are doing your business, to actually make profit, and same way, SP2 is coming around to also find a means of livelihood. That is why that mutual respect has said earlier to know that this person is needed in this business, while the other person is also needed in the business. And now from the regulatory aspect of it, as an agency, we believe that if there is a mutual relationship or benefit between the two, then it points to the fact that there is enhanced patient safety. So for us as an agency, when we go around and we feel that SP is not on time, for us, what comes to mind is that the patient will likely be the one to suffer. So for us, we believe that if there has been no symbiotic relationship between both, it may likely be what people have been saying since, that maybe the owner has not been taking good care of the pharmacist, or there has never been a robust communication. Of course, at the point of employment, we believe that there should be an appointment letter that speaks to job description, and from there, an SP that is coming on board should know what is going there to do to actually commensurate with whatever salary is going to get. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We are leaving at 5, and nothing will change it by the special grace of God. There will be like 2 or 3 feedback from the people, but I still want to ask some questions from the ACPN. You know the ACPN, they are the bull in the lion's the China show, and they are the one that is actually terrorizing us a little bit. But God is our strength. Sir, if there is there's some expiry drugs in the pharmacy, who should pay for it? Is it the business owner or the superintendent pharmacy, or they should share the cost? Thank you. Briefly, because we have 10 minutes to leave.
Asking like a question, and I'll go back to my own answer. I'm a very diplomatic person too, but in reality, so many things we talk about is because we've not sit together and really look at issues. Let me put it that way.